What is your name, please?
My name is Mitchell Parrish.
What is your name, please?
My name is Mitchell Parrish.
What is your name, please?
My name is Mitchell Parrish.
Two of these people are imposters. Only one of them is the real Mitchell Parrish, and is the only one sworn to tell the truth.
Zeraman, the important new advance for relief of common rheumatic and arthritic-like pains, presents To Tell the Truth. And now, here is our host and dealer in fact and fiction, Bud Collier.
Good evening. This is a game, as you probably know, of deliberate misrepresentation, wherein four presumably smart people try to find out which one of three challengers has sworn to tell the truth. And now let's meet our cross-examiners. What is your name, please?
My name is Polly Bergen.
My name is Mike Wallace.
My name is Hildy Parks.
My name is Dick Van Dyke.
And I can attest that these people are telling nothing but the truth. Now, standing right up here are three people, all of whom claim to be the same person, by name Mitchell Parrish. Tell the truth, only one of these people is the real Mitchell Parrish. The other two have assumed that identity in an attempt to fool our cross-examiners. And, of course, they don't have to stick to the truth. Now, panel, if you'll open the envelope you'll find in front of you, you'll find a photostatic copy of an affidavit. Would you please listen while I read it? I, Mitchell Parrish, live in the suburbs of New York City. In my youth, as an amateur, I boxed with Barney Ross and Tony Canzoneri. I have also worked as a clerk in a New York City court. In 1950, I graduated from college, summa cum laude. I am a member of Phi Beta Kappa. By profession, I am a songwriter. I wrote the lyrics to many songs, including Deep Purple, Stars Fell on Alabama, and Stardust. I swear that the above information is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. Signed, Mitchell Parrish. Now, we'll put our panel to work in just...
Hi. Do you remember me?
Oh, yeah.
I bought this sweater, and it got these ugly fuzz balls.
Yeah, and it faded.
Yeah.
I'm sorry about that. How'd you wash it?
A gentle cycle with my usual detergent.
Right cycle, wrong detergent. Try Ivory Snow.
Really?
Ivory Snow Powder's Baby Gentle formula cleans safely. It helps prevent fuzz or fading on cottons better than leading regular detergents.
Thanks. Oh, forget something? Never.
Ivory Snow. Safe care for the things you wear.
What do you want?
Something sinfully sweet. Warm and gooey and chewy. Moist and fudgy. That's lower in fat. It tastes terrific.
You want Duncan Hines Get It All Lower Fat Recipe. Only on Duncan Hines Mixes. Just add Mott's applesauce instead of oil for home-baked treats with lower fat and the irresistible taste of Duncan Hines. Duncan Hines. Hot stuff.
Time now to play our game. Now, these three people all claim to be Mitchell Parrish, songwriter. Panel, you'll each question for 30 seconds at a time. At the end of 5 minutes, I'll ask you to register your vote for the one person who, in your opinion, is the real Mitchell Parrish. Let's give our first 30 seconds to Hildy Parks. Hildy?
Number 2, when you write the lyrics to songs, do you write them in New York City?
Not necessarily.
Where did you write Stardust?
In New York?
In New York. And did you collaborate with someone?
No.
You wrote it all by yourself? Words and music?
The lyrics, no. Hoagie Carmichael wrote the music.
Oh, I see. Did he come to New York?
Oh, yeah. What's that?
Did he come to New York?
He was here at the time, yeah.
Oh, I see. Number 3, would you tell me how it happens that...
Have to wait to find out, I guess, Hildy. Dick Van Dyke.
Number 3, what have you written lately?
I've written Sleigh Ride. I've written Moonlight Takeoff on the Lucy Claire de Lune.
Oh, are you the one that wrote that? That was very good.
Thank you.
Who was the first band to record Deep Purple? when it was first written?
You speaking to me?
Yes. I'm
Deep
sorry.
Purple was recorded by Benny Goodman.
That's all for you, Dick, at the moment. Polly Bergen.
Number one, could you give me a definition of a bridge in music?
A bridge is the release in the chorus.
Number two, could you give me the definition of a bridge?
A bridge is a release in the chorus. It only comes after the third, eighth bar.
I see. Number three, how many bars in Stardust?
16.
16. Number one, how many bars do you say Stardust has?
32.
Number two, how many
32.
bars? Number two.
Maybe Mike Wallace will know what your question is going to be. Mike?
Number one, start with the lyrics to Deep Purple, will you?
When the deep purple falls over sleepy garden walls.
Number two, continue.
All we have time for there. Hildy?
I was fascinated by that. Excuse me. Number three, you were a clerk in a court in New York City. What method did you use to record what was going on?
I didn't record it. I was a clerk for a municipal court judge. And I acted in the capacity of making appointments for him. I acted in the capacity of
never may never know what he acted in the capacity of. Dick Van Dyke?
Number three, if you're a lyricist, let me line this line. All I want for Christmas is a girl millionaire.
Pardon, I didn't hear you.
Rhyme this line, second line. All I want for Christmas is a girl millionaire.
Billionaire? All I want for Christmas is a girl billionaire?
Millionaire.
Oh, billionaire.
Yeah, well, all right.
A girl who comes from Texas with a rose in her hair.
Very good. Number two, would you rhyme that same line?
All I want for Christmas is a girl millionaire with $1 million of her own and another $1 million to spare.
Number one? Number one, can you rhyme that line?
Well, a girl comes from Texas.
Saved by the bell. Polly, do you want to pursue that?
I don't know which one it is, but they all should be songwriters. I can't stand it. Number one, would you please rhyme whatever it is Dick said?
A girl who comes from Texas with some oil wells in her hair.
Oil wells. Number one, could you tell me who has the big record on your adaptation of Claire de Lune?
Perry Como.
Could you tell me when you wrote the adaptation?
He's really getting saved by the bell all the way around the line. Mike?
Number three, you graduated from college in 1950?
Yes, sir.
What school?
Columbia.
Summa cum laude, and in what subject?
Psychology.
Number one, what school?
New York University.
In what subject?
English and modern European history.
In what year did you box with Barney Ross?
Well, it was in the 30s.
In the 30s?
Yes.
Who was heavyweight champion of the world back, let's say, in 1930?
Well, I didn't box with the heavyweight.
I don't know whether that's the end of the round. I guess not. No, Hildy, it's time for you.
Oh,
still.
good. I'm glad it's not. Number three, when you set out to write the lyrics to Debussy's Claire de Lune, did you just do it, or did you have to get permission, or what?
No, it was in the public domain.
Oh, it was. Number one, what do you think about that?
I had to get permission
From whom?
from the French estate.
From the French estate, that is Debussy's estate?
Yes.
Who hits hardest, Barney Ross or Tony Canzoneri?
Canzoneri.
He does really? Well, I'll keep out of his way then.
Oh, that is the end of the round. All right, cross-examiners, hope you've gotten enough facts. We nipped Dick right in the butt, I'm afraid. We're going to separate fact from fiction now, we trust. This is a secret vote because the amount of money that the challengers may win depends upon the accuracy of your individual selection. So will you please mark your ballots now? While our panel is voting, here's a final look at the team of challengers so that you folks at home can decide whether the real Mitchell Parrish is number one, number two, or number three. All right, may I have the ballots, please? Now, remember, there were 4 votes cast. 1 vote from each of our 4 cross-examiners, The team of challengers will get $250 for every incorrect vote. So if the team has fooled the entire panel, they may split up $1,000. Now let's see how our panel has voted. This is Polly Bergen's ballot. She votes for number 1. Mike Wallace marked his ballot for number 3. Hildy Parks believes it to be number 1. Dick Van Dyke has marked as his choice number 3. All right, an even split there. Now let's see how it tallies up. For number 1, 2 votes. For number 2, no votes. For number 3, 2 votes. Now, remembering last week's panel, are you...
Don't go into it. Just who is it?
Are you ready to find out who it is and whether you're right or wrong? All right. Here we go now. Audience ready? Will the real Mitchell Parrish please stand up? Tell you, see who the others were now, actually. These 2 good lyricists that were whacking out the second prize here. Number 2, what is your real name and what do you do?
My name is Carl Pankey, and I'm in the investment banking business in New York.
You're in the wrong business. Yeah. Number 3, your name and occupation.
My name is Ted Nelson, and I'm a public relations counsel.
Well, there you are, panel. Now that you know who it is, Mitch, just when did you write Stardust?
1931.
And what was the actual year that you boxed with Tony Canzoneri?
Well, it was in the late 20s, early 30s. I used to work out with him in the gymnasium.
Uh-huh. Well, now that you know who it is, panel, any extra questions you're dying to ask anybody? Polly?
Well, I would like to know, number 3, how is it you know so many musical terms like adaptations and...
Well, in my field, I usually...
you work a lot with musicians?
Musicians and actors, actresses.
I see. Well, you had me completely fooled until you said 16 bars for Stardust. That's the only time I knew you couldn't be it.
I was interested in the fact that the 2 gals were the ones that did the right guessing. Mike, what did you want to ask?
I couldn't understand why, if he was the real Mitchell Parrish, number 1, had trouble getting started with the lyrics in his own number. That was what threw me. Has it been such a long time since you've played it? Maybe we ought to get it back on the hit parade.
Wouldn't be a bad idea.
Not always easy to remember your own works. Any other questions you want to ask? Huh?
I want...
Yes, Hildy.
Number 2, I want to know, you seem to be also very adept at musical terms. Since you followed number 1 and so many of the questions came 1, 2, 3, did you kind of... say what he said when, like Polly said, how many bars, and he said 32, and you said 32 right away.
Oh, I studied music for a short time in my early days.
Well, that's all the time we have, but I want to tell you, you were a mighty good team of challengers, believe me. And let's do a little recapitulation here now and see how well you did. There were 2 incorrect votes, as you can see in front of you, for a total of $500, and that's what you gentlemen get to divide. May I again thank you for being our guests tonight, and say good night to you from all of us, and good luck. And now may we have our next team of challengers.
What is your name, please?
My name is Hermaine Zawacki.
What is your name, please?
My name is Hermaine Zawacki.
What is your name, please?
My name is Hermaine Zawacki.
So here, panel, we have our second problem for the evening. These 3 people all claim to be Hermaine Zawacki. Now, as you know, only the real Hermaine Zawacki is sworn to tell the truth. So please listen again, if you will, while I read her affidavit. I, Hermaine Zawacki, am a licensed barber in a men's barber shop. I am secretary-treasurer of my local barbers' union and the first woman vice president of the State Barbers Association. In high school, I played on the girls' basketball team. I have also worked as a movie usher. Among my souvenirs is a picture of myself and Dagmar. Once I had dinner aboard the atomic submarine Nautilus. I swear that the above information is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. Signed, Hermaine Zawacki.
Check. 1, 2, 3. Hey, we're the Monkees.
Rhino Records presents the Monkees 30th Anniversary Collection.
Now I'm a believer. Take the last train across the line. I'll meet you at the station. Another Pleasant Valley Sunday. I'm not your sex song.
Plus, order now and you'll also receive 30 Years of the Monkees, the new video that includes rare footage of the Monkees' original screen tests.
I hope I get this serious.
Here they come again. Get in on the fun. Order your Monkees 30th Anniversary Collection today.
To order, call the number on your screen now or send a check or money order to Monkees 30th Anniversary Collection, P.O. Box 339-W, Verona, New Jersey, 07044.
Where do smart players go? Players Club International, the experts who will show you how to have fun the smart way. Las Vegas, Atlantic City, the Caribbean. Players Club members are guaranteed to always save up to 60% on rooms, food and drinks, and even shows. Or maybe you just want to relax and play the course. Players members receive
I'm learning pretty good just to pronounce the name at the very beginning. I'm glad I can say number one. Number one, when did you have your picture taken with Dagmar?
It was back in 1953 on board the Elizabeth, the Queen
On
Elizabeth.
board the Queen Elizabeth?
Yes.
And why? How did it come about?
Well, I was sailing home for a visit to England, and she was aboard the boat signing autographs.
I see. Number two, where are you from?
Norwich, Connecticut.
Snuck that in under the wire. Mike Wallace.
Number 3, where do you barber?
In Manhattan, New York.
Number 1, where?
In Manhattan, New York.
Number 1, what is the price for a men's haircut?
$1.25.
Number 3, what about it?
$1.25.
What about a manicure?
$1.
Number 1, what about a manicure?
We don't give manicure.
Number 2, how much do you charge for shave?
$1.
What is the name of your shop steward, number 2? Number 3, what is the name of your shop steward?
I am the shop steward.
Number 1, what is the name of your shop steward?
I'm the shop steward.
They're all sneaking in under the wire. Hildy, you're next.
Now, you're all basketball players. Number 3, where did you go to high school?
In Manhattan.
Number 2?
In Norwich, Connecticut.
And number 1?
Norwich, England.
Norwich, Connecticut, Norwich, England? Oh, I think that's wonderful. Number 2, how long did you have to study to become a barber?
6 months.
And is that after high school?
No.
And if you are president of the State Barbers Association, are you the Connecticut Barbers Association?
Yes.
And you're the only woman in the state of Connecticut who is...
He certainly is. Dick Benside.
Number 2, if your razor slips and you cut some poor guy, what's the first thing you do?
I apologize.
We'll move on to number 3. You're giving me a kick here. Number 3, how much do you charge to trim a beard?
Oh, just a beard?
Just a beard.
About 50 cents, 75 cents.
50 or 75, depending on the size of the bill. What would you charge for a Van Dyke?
75.
Let's settle that. Who are they going to ask?
Molly Bergen.
Difference.
Number 3, what position did you play on your basketball team?
Guard.
A guard? Let's see, number 2, what position did you play?
Guard.
A guard. Number 1?
A guard.
A guard. They're all guards. Well, let's see, number 1, where were you a movie usher?
In England.
In
Norwich,
England. I see. And number 2?
Norwich, Connecticut.
Well, we get back to there. Number 3?
In the Bronx.
Oh, we're getting nearer my home now.
Mike Wallace.
Number 1, how many men are on a basketball team?
5.
Number 2, how many men on a basketball team?
I don't know.
Number 3,
5 men on a basketball.
under what circumstances did you have dinner aboard the Nautilus?
Who are you addressing?
Number 3, I'm sorry.
My brother is the chief torpedo man aboard the submarine.
What's the name of the commanding officer of the Nautilus?
Oh, that wasn't necessary for dinner. I don't know.
Did you eat in the wardroom?
Pardon?
Did you eat in the wardroom?
Yes, that might have been.
It might have been. Yes, it might. Hildy?
Number 1, when did you have dinner aboard the Nautilus?
It was about a year ago.
Was this before or after the shakedown? All right. I'm sorry I brought the whole thing up. Number 3, do you know how many men are in the crew aboard the Nautilus?
No, I don't.
Aside from your brother. In England, number 1, when you were an usher in a motion picture theater and you seat somebody, do they tip you?
No.
Do they just do that in Europe?
I wouldn't know.
Oh, I see. All right. Well,
Dick Van Dyke.
Number 1, where is your barber shop?
On 50th Street, close to 10th Avenue.
Close to 10th Avenue. Were you a barber, is that right? Feminine?
Yes.
Barbarous? Before you came to this country?
No.
Do you find it was hard to pass the examinations, the state examinations for barber?
I don't think so. I enjoyed it.
What do you have to do?
Well, after 30 days, you certainly have to make your first haircut.
At least that, I would say. Polly Bergen.
Well, I don't know about them, but could I ask Hildy what a shakedown is? Oh, well, forget it. All right. Or shake up, or whatever she said. Number 1, could you tell me how much a barber's license costs?
$5.
And number 2, what do you say?
That's all the time we have. We've come to a point now where we should be able to successfully separate fact from fiction. So please mark your ballots, if you will. And again, while our panel is voting, here's a final look at the team of challengers so that you friends at home can decide whether the real Hermaine Zawacki is number 1, number 2, or number 3. May I have the ballots, please? Okay, remember there were 4 votes cast, 1 vote from each of our cross-examiners, and the team of challengers will get $250 for every incorrect vote. Again, as I said before, if they fool the entire panel, they can split up $1,000. Let's see how the panel voted. Polly Bergen voted for number 3 as the lady barber. Mike Wallace marked his ballot for number 3. Hilly Parks believes it to be number 3. And Dick Van Dyke has marked as his choice number 3. We have a unanimous vote. Take a look there now. For number 1, no vote. For number 2, no vote. For number 3, the unanimous choice of the panel as the lady barber. Now, the die is cast, ladies and gentlemen.
Wait a minute.
Correction over here.
There's a correction.
What?
Go ahead, Dick.
What, didn't I
beg your pardon. It blended in. I'll show you what it did. You see how it looks like a 3?
It sure does.
Number 2. It should have been a number 2, so correct that. Number 2 got 1 vote, Dick Van Dyke, but I want to prove that I wasn't crazy. There it is. See? It does look like a number 3. All right, number 2. So a recapitulation again will correct that error. For number 1, no vote still. For number 2, 1 vote, Dick Van Dyke. And for number 3, 3 votes. Okay, with the correction having gotten out of the way, we waste no time. Whether you're ready or not, here we go. Will the real Hermaine Zawacki please stand up? must say I'm glad you filed your protest there.
Question?
Yes, oh, you got a minute. Well, let's find out about the others first before you have the question. Number one, what is your real name and what do you do?
My name is Lorna Kersey, and I'm an elevator operator.
And how about number three?
Ethel Adgie. I'm head of a draft board.
Whoa. All right, Polly, we'll go right down the line. Polly, what do you
Well, I'd just like to know why number 2 didn't know any of the answers. I mean, well, why didn't you know how many people on a basketball team if you played basketball?
Well, I played on a girls' team.
That's right.
And I asked you about a men's team.
There are, I think, 6, are there not, on a girls' team? I think there are 6. Yes, she played on a girls' team. You asked how many on a men's basketball team.
Yes, I asked.
Yes, there is. Mike?
I asked you what your shop steward's name was, I believe. And don't you know your shop steward's name? Really?
Well, I didn't know that's what it is. A shop steward. We call it business agent.
Oh, I see.
Hilda, you were waving frantically. What's your question?
Well, actually, I wanted to ask about the basketball team, too, but now that that's been solved, how come you had dinner aboard the Nautilus? Well, my girlfriend...
Is a torpedo man.
Your boyfriend, Al Lewis, is stationed aboard the Nautilus.
Well, I'm afraid that's all the time we have. Now getting down to some more questions I know you were eager to ask. But now, while we congratulate our team of challengers, that was a real fun one. There were 3 incorrect votes, as you can see, for a total of $750 for our team of challengers. And with our best wishes, thank you for providing us with some more fun and questions and answers. Good night and good luck.
If you have wrinkles and puffiness under your eyes, I recommend Sudden Change Under Eye. Look, before sudden change and after. Sudden Change Under Eye.
Exciting news for perm users. Pro Perm Shampoo has special perm extenders that add weeks to the life of your perm and leave your curls soft and manageable. Pro Perm Shampoo.
Brittle nails that break and won't grow? Get Nutrinail. Short brittle nails grow in just 5 to 7 days. Nutrinail. Short brittle nails grow. Guaranteed.
It's not just what you do, it's how well you do it. For years, the Money Store has been helping homeowners with less than perfect credit refinance their mortgages or get home equity loans. But what really sets them apart is their commitment to service, like being able to apply by phone anytime, day or night, at your convenience, and closing your loan in a matter of days, not weeks, so you can get on with the more important things in your life. Call the Money Store and find out for yourself the difference between just doing a job and doing it well. Call 1-800-LOAN-YES.
Who is Laura Chambers? Wow, that is an interesting question. Laura Chambers is this kind of slightly off-balance person. And she's a mom, and she's a fiance, and like all those other things, too. Club AM is truly a great thing. It's changed my whole entire life. We get up before the chickens. Excuse me, I could wake the chickens up. 3 alarm clocks.
Laura Chambers, weekday mornings on Club AM.
Now it's time to say goodnight to our panel, whose names, in case you were forgotten, are...
My name is Mrs. Calabash, wherever I am.
My name is Scrooge.
My name is Jubilation P. Cornpone.
My name's Doodles Weaver.
To tell the truth, my name is Bud Collier, saying goodbye until next week.
Travel arrangements for To Tell the Truth are made through American Airlines. American Airlines flies our contestants in luxurious comfort aboard DC-7 flagship. To Tell the Truth is a Mark Goodson, Bill Codman production in association with the CBS Television Network.
It's time to register to play our live interactive game shows. Call 800-537-GAME now. It's fast, it's fun, and it's free. You only need to register once to play forever on Game Show Network.
You're watching Game Show Network. Stay tuned.